We take a bloodborne pathogens course. I believe that's once every year or once every 2 years.
Yeah, me too.
Which basically, I could probably teach the class by now because I've been tattooing so long, so I've taken it so many times.
How long have you been tattooing for?
I have been, 7 years? 6 or 7 years. So, everywhere. I started in Colorado.
Are you from Colorado?
I'm not. I grew up here, and then I moved there after high school. And then, I lasted there about 3 years. I was tattooing there for about 6 months, so that's where it all started, as far as tattooing.
I am here to finish off a tattoo that Jenny has been working on this for the better part of a month now.
So how long is this session going to take, do you think?
How long do you think it's going to take?
I mean, I kind of just go till you want to stop.
I had 4 tattoos to start off with, and this is one that kind of joins them all.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't my first time.
And covers
It's not your
one.
first
Yes,
time around the rodeo?
It covers one of my first tattoo, in fact.
Oh, okay.
So
like those TV shows where they don't like the tattoo that they have and they have it covered?
well, I didn't actually dislike this tattoo. It's just that I got each of the tattoos at a different point in my life, and they just didn't kind of have a cohesion at all. So I wanted something to kind of bring everything together. And Jenny made this design, and it's absolutely beautiful and does exactly what I want.
Yeah, so we already started covering. There was a design right here, so we're just going over it, and by the time everything's all filled in, you won't even be able to tell it's there. So she also had this too, and she had the tree. So we just kind of, because it was a little older, we re-outlined the tree and added a little more background to it, because it kind of looked like this before, but it was very light. It was like this.
If I didn't have such a conservative job, I would literally have them all over. I really like them. But this way, since it's on my back, I can cover it up. It's mine, and if people are bothered by them, they don't have to see them. So I think it's becoming much more acceptable in general, but I work for a really old school company, and I know that many people still just don't get it. My mom doesn't get it. She still freaks out. She's like, "Why did you do that?" And my dad is like, "Oh, that's great. I love it. It's beautiful." So, I just don't talk about it with my mom.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty boring character, so, but I love...
You're not a boring character.
Well, I'm not an artistic person or anything like that, but this is something that I really enjoy.
And self-expression.
And I feel like I love art, and this is a way to express art that's very personal.
Exactly. I mean, one of my best friends, he has a couple. He has a pretty large one on his arm and another one on his chest, and his mom is not okay with it at all. She's starting to kick him out of the house and everything, but I mean, it's a way of expressing himself. He got one for his friend who passed away, and it's beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that. So.
Right. Me, they're all symbolic. When I came in to talk with Jenny about what they all meant to me, they all have a story. And this has a story behind it as well, because one of the flowers on my back is a hollyhock, and my daughter's name is Hollis, and so that was my representation of her. I also have fish on my back, which is also a representation of her because she's a Pisces. So most of mine are symbolic in nature, always have been. I have a butterfly on my neck for, I had thyroid cancer, and the thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland, so that's why I have the butterfly.
Alright, it's about to get loud in here.
You about to start it up?
Yep.
All right. You ready?
Oh yeah.
I'm always ready.
What is that? Is that?
Green soap? It's basically just an antiseptic.
Okay.
Kind of keeps it clean. Hey, man.
The hardest thing is when you're doing something kind of symmetrical to get it to match. So sometimes it takes a little longer, not because you're tattooing longer, just because you have to stop every 5 seconds and kind of look and make sure.
It's going the way you want it to
Yeah.
go.
A lot of the times too, I'll take pictures. I'll take pictures of the work I'm doing and then like go take a smoke break or something and just stare at the pictures, because a lot of the times if there's something different, you'll notice it in pictures way more than in person. A lot of little tricks
Things you pick up along the way,
Yeah.
since you've been doing it for a while.
and you kind of have to be able to do everything, because there are so many people out there that can.
Do you have to go to like a school for it? I just
You do an apprenticeship.
okay.
Um,
Where did you do yours?
I did mine here, there, and everywhere, kind of. When I tattooed in Colorado, you weren't licensed as a artist. It was just a shop that was licensed. So when I apprenticed out there, that was fine. But as soon as I moved back here, they wanted to see paperwork for how long I've been tattooing, that I had completed an apprenticeship, and I didn't have that because the laws were different. So every state's a little different. So it took me a lot longer to get my license, just because I kind of had to keep starting over, just because the states had different laws. So I was tattooing in New Hampshire, and that was a little different too. So if you stay in one shop, it doesn't take very long. Usually most states are like a year or two apprenticing. But because I kind of shop jumped so much,
Took a little longer.
yeah, it took me about 4 years.
I think somebody once described it to me as having a rubber band snapped very quickly on you.
Like
And I guess,
repetitively.
yeah, I guess that's sort of what it feels like. And then after, it feels like a sunburn when it's like immediately healing. And then it itches like crazy.
Your daughter were to come home with a big tattoo, it wouldn't bother you at all.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all. You know, I've always been much more open about how people look and dress and who they are and everything like that. So I don't know. As I said, different strokes, different folks.
I think too is, I mean, when older people think of tattoos, they think of, the biker tattoos.
Right.
The simple, like, Sailor Jerry flash, but
Right.
nowadays it's a lot more about the artwork. It's not just the little sticker tattoos anymore. People are getting bodysuits, and it's more about making the tattoos flow with the curvature of the body now too. It's not just like, stick one on, like, here, there, everywhere.
I would struggle with design and trying to get something that was meaningful, but something that would kind of pull all together. And that's what I just kind of came in to Jenny and said, nothing seems like it's together, so help.
That's what they're here for.
Uh-huh. And she went and worked on the artwork and came up with a design, and I loved it immediately.
Have you ever had to turn down someone because you just don't want to do what they want?
I mean, some people have some ridiculous ideas, but at the same time, it's like, you don't want to say, like, no, I think that's stupid, because, yeah, they could just be getting, like, a Minnie Mouse or something, but it's the reasoning why they want to get it that is what matters. So, I mean, it could be the dumbest little tattoo ever, but if it's like, oh, well, my mom had this tattoo, then it's,